opportunity to test my budgeting skills and to try to make miracles happen with little money.
Yes, and I think that that's amazing because you are so in line with so many of the folks that are watching City Line.
Right.
We want the pretty kitchen, but we don't have a ton of money to spend.
Well, and especially this time of year.
Yeah.
And we're also cooped up in the house. So if you're going to tackle a project, something bigger like a kitchen, and now really is the best time because there's a lot of great deals out there now as well.
Oh,
so while you're cooped up, I have 5 really, believe it or not, really easy but hugely effective ideas to help you save so that in a case like the project that you just saw, if you want to splurge on something in the kitchen, you can save the budget and do that. We splurged on the countertops, but other people want to splurge on a gorgeous backsplash or maybe really sparkly hardware. So these are 5 ways that you can play with your budget to save so that you can splurge.
Well, first I just want to say Debbie and Bill are now in love with Leigh-Ann.
Oh, well, I love them. The feeling's very mutual.
So they want to adopt you. They're in the audience right now. And just give us a little wave, guys. Hi. They're so happy.
They were
with the
so
job
wonderful
you've
to
done.
work with. They really were. And you know, it helps when they kind of say, whatever you think. That makes the project roll
Helps
very
a lot,
easily.
for sure. Okay, where are we saving some money?
We're going to start with cabinets because this traditionally is the biggest area where a lot of people splurge. But if you have amazing bones like Debbie and Bill did, this is obviously, we talked about it before, painting your cabinets a great way to really create a hugely effective upgrade. Visually, the impact was huge when we painted their cabinets. Now, there's a few things that obviously you want to take into consideration. Number one, it's going to take some elbow grease if you're going to do it yourself. And you really need to follow the steps properly. If you don't, you're not going to have longevity in the results. If you do the steps, you're going to have a brand new kitchen for a long time. The first is to clean the cabinets off. You think of the kitchen, there's a lot of oil and grease that gets splashed and spilled around. This is an amazing new product, Eco TSP. You don't need to rinse it afterwards. So it cuts a step out when you're washing the cabinets. You just wash them down with the TSP and then let them dry.
That's amazing.
Pretty amazing.
So if you're making Massimo's recipe, you need a bit of this.
There you go.
There's going to be some splashback.
There you go. And then Benjamin Moore makes 2 really great products, 2 of my favorite, in fact, by Inselex. A great primer called Sticks and an amazing paint called Cabinet Coat, specifically meant for, and this is an important thing, picking the paint that will work with the cabinets, picking it for the application.
Because if you get the wrong paint, they're not going to look good.
You know what? They're not going to look good. They're just not going to be durable enough. And they take a lot of abuse in the kitchen, so we want to make sure they're well protected. An area that I typically love to splurge in is hardware, but if you are on a budget or even just looking for a quick weekend fix transformation, spray paint is the way to do it. Look at these little lovelies.
Oh,
you know,
I remember
some of
those.
us may still have those on the cabinets, but look at with just simply spraying some Rust-Oleum metallic spray paint. Oiled bronze seems to be like the really big finish right now, and I actually love mixing my metals. If you have stainless steel appliances, bringing in an oiled bronze finish. A really easy way to do it, fast. You just want to obviously make sure you're doing it in a well-ventilated area.
Instant update.
Instant.
Just with the spray.
Now, one other thing that we did was add under cabinet lighting to their kitchen.
Oh, that's
and
sexy.
One important thing to do is to conceal it. And this is where a lot of people, I find, scratch their head. They don't. Put an apron on and then you see all of the cords hanging down. All you really need to do, this is a super simple project, a 1x3 or 1x4. You want to miter the edges. So take your measurements under the cabinets, miter the edges. I'll stable it right here. So you can just see, you get a nice clean cut. Obviously, you're going to use some wood glue to put that together. But then this is the secret ingredient. I'm going to have you hold that. And you can see there's some brackets. Often people ask me, well, how do you stick it on? Do you use a spray adhesive or a glue adhesive? Just use these little L brackets, because now you can screw these onto the underside of your cabinets. You paint this out your cabinet color, and it looks custom. Looks completely custom.
And it kind of is.
It kind of is, but very inexpensively.
Perfect.
Now, another thing is countertops, where a lot of people feel they have to splurge. If you're doing a short-term solution or even a lower abuse area, I love the idea of transforming your cabinets with a product called Transformations. So here we can see the before right down here, maybe a less than
is that laminate
lovely laminate. Yes, so this works great on laminate. This is a 5-step system where you do a base coat, you sand it, and then you do a top coat finish on it. And you can see the array of colors here. There's some really beautiful ones that for under $300, which works out to $6 a square foot. So when if you're thinking of changing the laminate, which is $25 to $30 a square foot, $6 a square foot is an amazing way to, in a weekend, transform your countertop just to really get great a great update and impact.
That is amazing, and we can't get to the backsplash.
That's okay.
But you know what? We will try a little bit later
We'll
because
save it.
backsplash, you can have some fun and get really
Exactly.
fancy, right? Let's go to break. Stay with us. We've got more coming up.